Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our top stories. The President asks United Nations to support Nigeria's fight against terror, also wants UN Security Council overhauled. Senate approves $1 billion loan requested by President Jonathan to fight insurgency. Ahead of October 1st, we kickstart our review of the various aspects of the nation's life with security. And Iraqi PM says Islamic militants are plotting to launch attacks on US and Paris underground railway systems. All right, just a quick reminder that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions. Now we start off our series to herald the nation's independence anniversary, and tonight our focus is security. In recent years, Nigeria has gone through a lot of challenges in terms of national security, but what appears to be the major problem facing the nation today is the terror of the Boko Haram group. And various strategies adopted by the government and security agencies have been described as some as insufficient. Our correspondent Loretta Chiogo reports.
The Boko Haram sect has in no unmistaken terms declared a total war on Nigeria and Nigerians. We must come out with clear, concise, and unequivocal mission statement on how to win this war. We must, as a matter of urgency, fish out all the financiers of these terrorists and all collaborators, wherever they are, and bring them to book.
Nigeria's Senate President, himself a retired Major General of the Nigerian Army, giving directives against the Boko Haram sect. The security challenges in the country, particularly in the northeast region, has given rise to the defense sector taking the lion's share of the nation's total budget of about 20%. This puts the defense budget at 968.127 billion naira. Security experts query the implementation of the increased budget allocation. Their worry is that it has not had very much impact on the defense sector as the battle against insurgency in northern Nigeria continues, with many deaths of civilians, the insurgents, and even the soldiers.
This nation, we all know that the defense budget is the highest in all the budget. And it has been like that from the 60s. Defense budget has always been the highest among other ministries. If they say the budget for defense this year is 100 billion, and then the 100 billion is not to go to a particular pocket. It's supposed to be used for equipment. You understand? So now, the world is fast civilizing. The civil war we fought, like folk going to the bush to fight, it's not done again.
If you look at our concerns and our engagement from 2012 to 2013, I think there's a disconnect between able to sustain that logistics operational requirements with the kind of budget we had. And I would have thought that that concern should have been brought up by the legislature itself that has oversight responsibilities of the military.
Internal insecurity is not a problem unique to Nigeria, and the questions raised about its handling range from how the threats are managed, how our resources are deployed against the threats, how patriotic and united are the people against threats.
I told you I ran into some soldiers that said, we will be there, and we will even see this Boko Haram face to face, but we cannot open fire because we've not gotten order from the commander. He said, our field commander said he's waiting for orders. That I've called the battalion commander, I've called the battalion commander said he's waiting for the brigade commander. The brigade commander said he's waiting for the orders of the GOC and the chief of army staff. And those ones will say they are waiting for chief of defense staff. And the chief of defense staff, of course, will still say he's waiting for the commander-in-chief, which is the president. So how will this work? Before you know it, the Boko Haram has overrun them.
It is even more scary as the case of mutiny surfaces at this time.
The government itself should find out what is happening within the military hierarchy, the top hierarchy, and where the sabotage is coming from. You saw in the other day that a pilot took off. If a pilot, a jet fighter is taking off, he has a target. So the man went and attacked his own barracks. So there is problem somewhere within the military circle.
Tackling crimes like armed robbery, kidnapping, communal clashes, even piracy on the sea, perhaps may not be new to the Nigerian security. But 5 years down the line, the terror of insurgency has remained a hydra-headed problem yet to be nipped. However, hopes are high that the end is soon to come to terrorism with the claims of the death of Boko Haram leader imposter Abubakar Shekau. Loretta Chiogo, Channels Television News.
Welcome to the nation's capital. I'm now being joined by Major General Chris Olukolade, the spokesperson of the Nigerian military. You're welcome to the news at 10.
Thank you. Good evening.
Well, let's first and foremost, what can you now tell us about the abducted Chibok school girls? We hear one has been released. Can you tell us about the others?
Well, the others are still in captivity, and every effort is on to ensure their safety and recovery well and alive. That's the priority of the efforts at the moment, and it's within the totality of the efforts of the ongoing security operations.
So what can you now tell us about the security situation right now in the country, generally?
Generally, we will say it is improving, especially in the recent days, and that's in reference to the operations in the northeast part of the Federation, where insurgents' activities seem to have been concentrated, and effort is also concentrated at dislodging them and containing their activities, rather. Other parts of the Federation, the normal security activities are ongoing to ensure, one, that this does not spread, two, and every other form of insecurity that is rearing its head in other parts of the Federation are equally contained. So in totality, all is on to upgrade the effort and ensure that the required peace and security is installed.
There's a big threat right now. You know, we're faced with Boko Haram's insurgency and so many other things. And there are reports right now, that the insurgents have captured some towns. And of course, the military came out to confirm and later deny. What really is the true situation here?
I don't know what you mean by confirm and deny. First of all, let me even situate the use of the word. Let's be proper here. These guys are terrorists. I think it's better to define them by their correct terms. And as terrorists, they are out to cause mayhem, to disturb law and order, and to bring discomfort to people as much as possible. At the moment, that's the concentration of their effort. Now, there are particular communities where their activities are becoming prevalent. If it becomes prevalent in a particular place, maybe that's what you define by they've taken over. I will reaffirm what is the position of the Nigerian military, which is that we will not concede any portion of this country to a group of terrorists. They could be on the move, but they will not hold ground. And if they are anywhere for a while, they themselves know that they are not going to remain there comfortable. Every effort is ongoing to ensure that it is professionally treated to take care of them in terms of containment and elimination of the activities. So if the activities is prevalent anywhere at the moment, we are equally working out the appropriate means of not just uprooting them, apprehending those who want to cause nuisance to the country.
And so you say you've been successful so far?
Well, there have been some, what I would call setbacks, and every effort is on to, to overcome them, and at least recently there has been a lot of improvement. The game has been upped on the part of the Nigerian security system. The firepower to be unleashed to contain the situation has been upgraded. The collaboration among the agencies involved, particularly in terms of the air and land operations, have been heightened, and the strategy has been, reviewed. Beyond that as well, there's training ongoing, even as the operation is ongoing. The troops involved are training regularly, both within the mission area and outside the mission area. And equipment is coming in gradually and increasingly. And by that, we are seeing a lot of improvement, which we are sure will just be on a continuous basis.
So you really haven't pushed insurgents out of Nigeria yet?
Well, we are doing everything possible to contain them and eliminate their activities. We will not say that they are completely out. No, they are definitely still operating. And you must also know, as we have repeatedly explained, as terrorists, they will normally fight to the last. I've explained it somewhere that while the troops are there to fight, the terrorists, most of them, by indoctrination, have come to die. And there's a difference between this. The Chief of Army Staff said that much recently. We have factored that into our own operations, and we'll take care of them accordingly.
So on the issue now of Shekau, we understand he has been killed, and some people say he has not been killed. The military also, gave some confirmations. What can you say about this?
Well, whatever I will say is within what we've said recently. We've given you the pictures of the dead body of Mohammed Idris, who has been, posing with that. With the analysis of those pictures, we're sure that that guy who has been, kind of presenting himself as Shekau, to represent a figure by that name, has been killed in a recent operation. But that's not even the issue. The position now is that whoever goes by, since they have adopted it as a brand name for their leader, whoever assumes that title will be eliminated or captured. The essence is to ensure that everybody who goes for the work of terrorism in Nigeria will not have it easy until we contain them completely. So whether it goes by the name Shekau or whatever name, as their leader, whoever leads the organization is a criminal, and he deserves to either surrender, be captured, or die. And that task is for every Nigerian to realize. We are equally happy that our neighbors and the international communities have agreed that every terrorist does not deserve to exist, by whatever name they are called. Whether they are the leader, they are the member. They deserve to be contained, and every effort is in that direction.
Well, Nigerians remain positive that all will come out in good light. Thank you very much, Major General Chris Kolade. Thank you for coming on News at 10.
And thank you for the privilege.
Thank you. When the News at 10 returns, First Bank of Nigeria rewards customer with a 4-bedroom house in Lekki. That's in Business News. Let's join us again.